Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Taze TV with me. I'm your anchor, host, reporter, and everything else in between. I'm Taylor Austin. Thanks for tuning in this Monday evening. We have a great show ahead of us. Coming up, we're meeting the Cheadle family and one very tough young boy who's going through a very scary cancer journey. I'll tell you how you can help this beautiful family out. And I went to the state capitol last week to talk about tourism in North Dakota. It brings our state lots of money. I talked with Les Thomas and others how tourism impacts our state's economy. That's all coming up right now to you on Taze TV. Well, welcome in, everyone, and happy Monday evening to you all. Thanks for joining me tonight. I just got to say that life's been a little bit hard lately. It's been a bit rough. A lot of change has been happening, and some expected, some unexpected. We had to say goodbye to some friends this last weekend, some temporarily, but some forever. We had the celebration of life, I guess you could call it, of Gabe Anderson this last weekend, a dear friend and co-worker. So that was very tough. But like I said, some we're just saying goodbye to temporarily. Stone Schaefer's now on his way out to Michigan. He is going to go work for a TV station there. And we wish you all the best of luck, Stone. I know you're going to do great things. I'm going to miss you. He's become a very dear friend to me over the last few years. He said that he and his dad wanted to make the full 16-hour trip to Michigan. They left early this morning. So we'll see. I don't know if they're going to take a stop yet or not, but that's a lot of driving. And like I said, Stone, we wish you all the best. And I just know you're going to do amazing things. So yeah, it's just hard to say goodbye to people, even if it is temporarily. But since I don't start my new job at agency Mabu, until the end of the month, or end of next month, I guess I should say, I've been a little bit bored lately. So I decided to go grab some stories at the state capitol this last week. And it was quite funny. I ran into a couple old co-workers there too. And I was pretending like, you want to fight? You want to fight? Just kidding. I love my coworkers. I do. I love them all. But there at the state capitol, a group of tourism professionals from around the state gathered to talk about, well, tourism. And did you know that tourism brought in $3.3 billion to our state in 2023? Next to oil and gas, tourism helps boost our state's economy. Check out what I learned. North Dakota's best in the tourism business showed up at the state capitol last week to talk about one of the state's most lucrative industries, well, tourism. North Dakota tourism markets throughout the world in 17 countries. Les Thomas, the president for the North Dakota Native Tourism Alliance, says that the native tribes across our state are working to bring in more and more people every year. And they have some exciting new projects in the works.
All the tribal nations were developing amenities to become family-friendly, year-round point of destination. So here in the Turtle Mountains, we've built an indoor water park, $10 million, over a trampoline park for the families, for the kids. And then the rodeos, an indoor equestrian building, $20 million. And then we're building a brand new powwow arbor and a community roundhouse.
Thomas also says they're working on hosting their very first international peace powwow in the world and already have funding for it as well. He says that people are coming to North Dakota from all over the world, and they're coming here because they want to know the native stories and learn the culture, which he says is important for all of us to do.
The whole world wants to know more about the true Native American stories. So when they come to North Dakota, they want to go to a reservation and have these on-hand experiences. So that's why this partnership has been so important. They want to come to powwows. They want to come to horse races. The Indian relays were the second biggest draw over in Minot State Fair behind Jelly Roll.
He says that their influence has spread across the nation, and now other states are coming to them asking how to bring more people in. Danielle Wilkie, a board alternate with the North Dakota Native Tourism Alliance, also says that people are drawn to our state because they want to learn the history.
That people want to come and see. They want to learn about the history of North Dakota told from a Native standpoint. And I think that the North Dakota Native Tourism Alliance would help with that because we do focus on all 5 tribes in North Dakota and what they can offer North Dakota as well.
She says everyone is welcome to their tribe and learn about their history and culture. And even if you can't be there in person to learn, they're now implementing new ways for people to be taught about their history.
We want to teach from, small toddler age through elders about our culture, our history, and that we're all inclusive. You don't have to be an enrolled member to come and learn about our culture, to come and learn about our tribe. And that's the great and wonderful thing about powwows as well, and we all offer them throughout the state, is that we want you to come in. We don't charge an entry fee. We're more than willing to share information, share our history, share our culture, share our language. And so the great part about specifically what we're doing in Turtle Mountain is that, the end goal would be to bring it to the digital age as well and offer Zoom classes for those kinds of things so that you can learn from anywhere.
The North Dakota Native Tourism Alliance wasn't the only people there vying for our state leaders to give them more funding. There was a whole group of leaders from around our state. I met with the North Dakota Department of Commerce and Visit Minot to find out what they're planning to do to bring more people into our state and how it's been growing.
We unveiled our new media campaign today, the Hello campaign. We have brand new videos and television ads and print publications as well as print ads. But really that's about creating the umbrella awareness and interest in North Dakota. And we kind of create that overall interest in the state by showing these pretty pictures and engaging people. And then we have our partners like Visit Minot who can go in and talk about the specifics of their community.
One of the things we see all the time is that, in Visitor Center, for instance, in Minot, we had people from all 50 states and 27 countries in Minot, in our Visitor Center, signing our guest book before June 30th of last year.
Who knew North Dakota was so popular? Well, there's a reason I've stayed here for so long. Leaders in Fargo are working on building a new museum to attract more tourists, and they were also looking for more funding from our state to build that.
And basically, we're asking them to consider increasing the budget for tourism spending. We feel that the tourism division of the Commerce Department does a great job with what they have, but they usually get about $5 million for 2 years of marketing, whereas in South Dakota, it's more like $25 million. And
one big event that ends up bringing tourists to our state is ND Country Fest in New Salem. New Salem, North Dakota has a small population of about 1,000 people. However, by the time ND Country Fest rolls around in July, around 75,000 people will flock their way to New Salem for the 3-day festival. Last year, they brought in people from 40 states and 200 Canadian cities.
All over the United States with people coming to North Dakota, experience ND Country Fest. They camp with us, hang out with us. They love it. They love the North Dakota nice. They can't believe. A lot of people say, I think we're in Ireland, how green it is in the rolling hills. So it's great. And they come and experience it, and they go experience other things too in the state, from the river to the Medora musical to everything else that it comes with it.
Luke says that this year, as always, they have the biggest headliners yet. From Sam Hunt to Cole Swindell, Sarah Evans, and many more, plus food vendors. And Luke said he also wants to invite me out there again this year, so we'll see what I can do for him. Hi, Luke. Although North Dakota may seem like a boring and cold state to some, most who make their way here know that there is something special about this land and our people.
Thank you very much.
Reporting for Taze TV, I'm Taylor Rawson. If you want to learn more about Native American tourism in North Dakota, visit Minot or ND Country Fest. I'm going to have links inside the description of this video so you guys can go check that out. Well, like I said, life has been a little bit hard lately. Sometimes a person takes a step back and truly realizes all the blessings that we really do have in life. Sometimes, unfortunately, it takes for people to see other people suffering in order to truly understand their blessings in their life. And I had the blessing of meeting the beautiful Cheadle family and a young boy named Royce. Royce is 6 years old and he was recently diagnosed with blood cancer. And although he's going through a big battle, this little guy still has a very big heart, and he brings a very bright light to a room. And it's kids like him that end up teaching adults life lessons. Here's more on his family and his story.
It's okay, baby.
Ready?
Don't do it! It's okay. 1, 2. We're all done. Did you even feel that?
Yeah.
That's the heartbreaking sound that Amanda and Jeremy Cheadle have been enduring with their son Royce for the last 7 months. Royce Cheadle is a 6-year-old boy from Bismarck who enjoys math, playing basketball, soccer, and hanging out with his friends Briggs, James, and Caden. And he says when he grows up, he wants to be a military officer. However, he's not just a typical 6-year-old boy with big dreams.
Well, we started seeing bruising on his legs. So they were just getting significantly bigger and more of them. So we kind of questioned like the babysitter and stuff like that, because he'd come back and it'd just be a bruise, and then the next day it'd come back and be more bruising. And then one day I come off a night, so I slept during the day, and then I picked him up from daycare, and he goes, "When is the sores in my mouth going to be gone?" So they look like blood blisters all on his cheeks on the inside. And I was like, "I don't know, buddy." And I was like, "Ask your mom when we get home."
Right before this, we were out playing and swimming and riding bikes and running the sprinkler. He was at his best friend James' birthday party the weekend before his diagnosis. And I kind of was like, he's acting a little weird. And he kept saying, "Mommy, can we go home? Mommy, can we go home?" And I'm like, "Why? We just got here." And, he kept saying, I'm tired. And he would hop up on the couch and take hours long naps. And that was so not like him.
That was just the beginning of a very scary journey for the Cheadle family. They noticed that Royce had begun developing little red dots all around his body, so they took him into the emergency room. After some blood work was done, the doctors kept telling Amanda and Jeremy that they needed to take Royce into the Children's Hospital in Fargo immediately. However, they weren't telling them why. As they walked into the hospital in Fargo, doctors swarmed the Cheadle family, and at the age of 5, Royce was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, blood cancer. This is every parent's worst nightmare, and something that they thought would never happen to them. After he was diagnosed, Royce had a lot of complications.
He ended up getting a really bad blood infection. He got MRSA. He got E. coli. We had to be secluded for like 2.5 months in the hospital, which was super lonely.
Due to that blood infection, the port on Royce's chest was then unusable. So in order to get medicine in his system, they had to get a PICC line put in. And because Royce needs constant care and attention, Amanda ended up losing her job, and she's had to learn how to be a nurse to her son, giving him at-home chemo treatments.
Like 3 or 4 weeks after we got home, we went back to Fargo, and he got another port put in on the opposite side.
Royce has been battling his cancer for about a half year now, and his journey is far from over. Right now, he's in delayed intensification for 70 days, which is a very harsh treatment, says Amanda. Then he'll get a little bit of a break, and then it's back to delayed intensification again. They'll continue to do this process for the next 3 years. Some days, Royce has to go get a lumbar puncture. This is where they take spinal fluid out of his spinal cord and they put chemo in it, which Royce says makes him really tired.
That's like a whole day ordeal, and he's been to every single one of them.
And I take a nap.
You just take a little nap, huh?
Yep, you take a little nap, huh?
Make it tired.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wake up, and what do? We get food.
On those days, we let him have whatever he wants. Anything, we'll let him pick whatever he wants, because you earned it, huh, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite food then?
Sushi.
Sushi.
He loves sushi.
Amanda and Jeremy came to North Dakota from Wyoming in 2017 for Jeremy's job. After they moved here, Amanda got pregnant with Royce. And although the couple is not originally from our state, They say that the people here have been an amazing support in their time of need, and Jeremy's boss even helped host a benefit for Royce.
Yeah, they've been really, really helpful in this time, especially, like I said, they've let me shift adjust to make up a day for a day that I need to leave when he does his lumbar punctures.
We have a really, really awesome church family now. They text us every single day and ask how we're doing and ask if there's anything. They put us on like a meal train, which I really like to cook, so I had to be like, sometimes it's cool, but I like to cook a lot, and Royce really likes mommy's cooking. It's something that I don't have any stress when I cook, but
just starting out being there, they've jumped on board.
They did. I called them.
Right away.
It was really important for us to start going to church, so I actually called and I talked to the pastor, and I was like, you're going to think I'm crazy, but do a lot of people go there? And I told him, Royce's situation, how we can't really be around a lot of people right now. And he's like, well, I would recommend you coming to the first service. And he knew immediately who we were the second we walked in. And, they've just been, I don't have a lot of family, and they just we're their family and they're our family. And just right off the first time we met them.
Amanda says that she's extremely grateful for her church family because this rough time of motherhood has left her feeling lonely and misunderstood.
My grandma had cancer, my mom had cancer. Still, it's not the same thing. And, that goes back to feeling lonely. It's really lonely. And just having the community support, even though it's lonely, it means everything.
Royce may be going through a tough journey, but as soon as you meet him, you know he's special. Sometimes I've learned that the most important life lessons can be learned from kids, especially kids like Royce. From all the love and support Royce has received from the community, he's gotten many gifts and toys. However, he decides to give back.
Even Royce, he's gotten so much stuff through this, and he
donates
all kinds of stuff all the time. He has toys that he hasn't opened, and then he'll just say, well, I just want to donate it. We give it to somebody, and then they'll post it on Facebook Marketplace or something, and I'll give him this.
There was 2 girls in the hospital. One was just a little baby girl, and we saw her walking a little stroller around the hospital, and he wanted to give her a balloon. He gave her a yellow happy face balloon so it would make her happy. And then the next day, there was another girl in the room next door, and he found out that it was her birthday, and he went and gave her a purple balloon. And just the hardest days of his life, and he was just so giving and kind to everybody.
Royce also enjoys playing pranks around the hospital. One day, he got a whoopee cushion and a fart machine that he got from his friend, and he was pulling pranks on everyone around. When I asked him how he stays so strong and happy through all the scary stuff, Royce said that it's Jesus that gets him through. See, like I said, we can all learn from Mr. Royce. His parents urge other parents to really keep an eye on their children.
Make sure you get your kids' doctor's appointments, and most importantly, some blood work. A lot of kids don't ever get their blood work unless something that the doctor thinks is serious, but
be really in tune with your kids. And acute lymphoblastic leukemia comes on really sudden, and being in tune with your kid, it took about a week to know that something's wrong. Look at her and tell her what you're going to do, Cancer.
You love that. Royce is a very special young boy who needs your prayers and support to kick cancer's booty, as he says. Royce wanted me to tell everyone that it's okay to come around him. He says that cancer is not contagious and wishes for everyone to be kind. And he says, serve wherever and whenever you can. We can all learn from Royce Cheadle. Reporting for Taze TV in Bismarck, I'm Taylor Austin.
So that's how he did all his chemo.
Well, the Cheadle family do have a GoFundMe up, and they will take donations through other platforms like Venmo as well. And I'll have all of those links inside the description of this video as well. Let's all help the beautiful Cheadle family out. Let's all gather together and show them just how great North Dakota can be when we want to help a family like them out. And, let's help him kick cancer's booty like Royce says, and we're all rooting for you, buddy, so stay strong. Well, that's all I have for you guys this week on Taze TV. Be sure to tune in again next week. I'm speaking to a Minot woman who had a heartbreaking adoption journey, and she's written a book about it all. Her name's Ashley Berry. That's next week on Taze TV. Until then, thanks for watching. Go like and subscribe to my Facebook, my YouTube. Go comment, whatever you can do. All of the support truly does help. So yeah, you guys share it, whatever you need to do. The more the merrier. And I really do appreciate all of you and the support that you have shown me over the last couple of weeks. It's truly meant the world to me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week. Catch me next week on Monday evening. Bye, Dad. I love you.